Hey family, Pastor Freddie here, bringing you all my love and care. Please excuse me for not being able to be in your midst physically, but I'm physically sick, and it's a type of sickness that you can't be around people, if you know what I mean. The type of sickness that they ask you to be isolated. So I apologize for not being excuse me. I apologize for not being able to be there. Please excuse my voice. Please excuse my cough. But I'm getting better. But by orders, I cannot be around people. So please forgive me for submitting this type of honor. And it's the best I could do at times like this. Pastor Rosa asked me to give the eulogy for Pastor Billy to our brother, Raimundo Sauceda. It's a very difficult task for me. Very difficult indeed. I think it would be difficult for anyone. But at the same time, I count it a great honor to be able to do this. So, Pastor Rosa, thank you for this honor and for the ability to send off my tío, my friend, my brother, and our beloved Pastor, excuse me, Pastor Billy Sauceda. I'd like to start off with a few words from the biker himself that I had the pleasure of hearing one time when we were at a meeting in the presence of Pastor Danny and Pastor Rosa. We were discussing some issues, and Pastor Billy took off his glasses and looked at me intently. and in his Chicano voice, he said to me, "You think I'm afraid of you, ese? I've stood up to bigger and badder vatos than you, carnal." And it was a good time. Things got heated to where he had to say that to me, and he had no fear, and he was really about what he was saying. And the reason I bring that up is because I really believe that no relationship is real until it's tested. No relationship, no friendship, no marriage, nothing is real until it goes through an opportunity for it to not be a relationship anymore. And both parties still decide to work on it and make it survive. Pardon me. Needless to say, that was a very difficult moment for both of us. We both lost our cool, and we both ended up doing things that weren't very godly. But at the end of the day, he was able to look at me in the eyes, shake my hand, hug me, kiss me on the cheek, and tell me, "I love you, mijo, and I'm sorry." And what gets to me even more is that a few days later, he taught me how to really apologize. Because a few days later, when he had given me a lawnmower, I went to his house, and he said, "Hey, mijo, before we get to business, I want to ask you something." And I said, "Yeah, what's up, tío?" He said, I need your forgiveness. Do I have it?" Think about that. What a way to ask for someone's forgiveness, right? It's not just forgive me, but I need your forgiveness. Do I have it? That taught me what a real apology is and how we need it from God and we need it from each other. And this is just one of the many lessons that Pastor Billy taught me that I'll never forget. Pastor Billy taught me that I can seek Jesus and be like Jesus regardless of where I come from and where I'm at and what I've been through. Pastor Billy taught me that I can be a representative of Jesus no matter how I look, how I portray myself, or how I convey myself. Pastor Billy taught me that life is more than what people show, and that if we were to walk a mile in another man's shoes, we would probably have their same blisters and their same limp. Pastor Billy taught me so much. But one permeating scripture that I can't help but to think about when I think about the life of Pastor Billy Salceda is one of my personal favorite scriptures, which is Galatians 2:20. Galatians 2:20 says, I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Just think about that. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. The life I live now, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Truly the words that personify the life and ministry of Pastor Raimundo Salceda. I had the honor of meeting his daughter, Victoria, who also treated me with the utmost respect and honor. We all had the honor of dealing with Pastor Rosa and being part of their tremendous ministry of love and acceptance overall. That's a beautiful thing, because a lot of ministries will give you love, but very few ministries will give you acceptance, however it is that you can come. And I think that Pastor Billy's ministry was truly an open arms to anyone and everyone who dared believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. I, for one, thank God for the ability, the privilege, the honor, and the blessing that it was to live the life I lived with Pastor Billy, who came with me one time to buy my first motorcycle, who had countless breakfasts, dinner with me, an all-around good guy. He helped us with the Spanish ministry so many times when nobody else would. He helped us with music ministry so many times when nobody else would. He helped a lot of people when nobody else would. And unfortunately, sometimes we didn't help him when nobody else would. So I'll always remember that. I'll remember his sacrificial love, his sacrificial giving, and his radical heart for Jesus, and his fearlessness to go to places where a lot of ministers wouldn't ever dare to go. From Hell's Angels to Mongols to Cholos to prostitutes to winos to homeless people, and even to astute business people and high up ministers in the highest echelons. Pastor Billy Salceda served everyone with an open heart. So we love him, we bless him, we'll never forget him. And he taught us that a relationship is not a relationship until it has the ability to not be a relationship, but you fight for it to stay a relationship. Pastor Billy, we love you, we honor you, we will always remember you, and we thank God for your legacy and your ministry and your blessing. With all my heart, Theo, wait for me a little longer. I'll be there soon. Say hi to my parents. And right on. I love you, Theo. We love you. May the Lord rest your precious soul. Thank you.